Hello everybody and welcome to the Race22.com Street Stock Series and Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Joining you a little late tonight, but heat underway right now, under caution. We might have missed the first wreck, but Cliff Mullins in the lead. They're going back green right here. 8 laps to go left in this heat. But contact in the back. Cliff Mullins with a pretty good lead. We're at Langley tonight. Five laps to go right now. Cliff Mullins with about a 2-second lead on the field. Andrew Beach sitting in second. Just saw Andrew racing in that Cup Series, CTC Cup Series. So a few of these guys we just saw earlier, and they were able to pretty quickly get back in here. Three laps to go in this heat. It is not Hickory, like the tower says. I apologize for that. It is Langley, and we are in the heat for the night. 6 cars out on track right now. I think 2 of them having some issues. And there's the white flag in heat number 1 of 1. Cliff Mullins, pretty much no contest, 3.5 second lead. Behind him, Andrew Beach, Blake Giglio. He'll cross the line. He'll start in 3rd place tonight. Remember, the top 2 qualifiers did not have to go through the heat, so he'll start 3rd. Andrew Beach in 4th, Blake Giglio in 5th. 3rd in the heat, obviously. So that'll do it for the heat. I'm going to take a short break. We'll be right back in 1 second. Alright, so bring up the grid for tonight's race at Langley. It's going to be Matt Benke taking the pole tonight, the 16.940. And then his outside Scott Elston, those two both locking into the race in the top 2 spots on speed. Behind him, we saw Cliff Mullins win that heat race. He's going to start 3rd. Andrew Beach going to start 4th. Blake Giglio starts 5th. Quinn Newton in 6th. Brianna Lawrence starts 7th. Nathan Lafayette in 8th. Adam Crozier in 9th. And rounding out our 10-car field will be Michael Edwards, who is not here. So, be 9-car field tonight. Adam Crozier starting from the pits. we're going to take the green this time. There it is, green flag is out. Matt Benke leading us to the stripe. Down into turn 1. Onto the backstretch they go. Looks like Cliff Mullins using that apron a little bit, trying to get underneath the 35. Blake Giglio will move up to second. Oh, Blake's really loose off of turn 4. It's going to give Cliff Mullins back second place. Cliff now loose. He threw way to the bottom of the racetrack. This car looks super loose for these guys. Caution's out. Like Quinn Newton involved. Laurent involved. See what happened there. But Quinn Newton in the 88, you see. Playing down the front stretch, see what happens in turn 1. The 6 car missing the bottom a little bit, catches the 88. Those two both just with a slight spin down to the bottom. Looks like pretty innocent. I don't think they even got any damage, so. I think iRacing being a little lenient with the cautions there. Green flag back out. Sorry. Had to step away for a second. Matt Benke holding on to that lead. Cliff Mullins, Blake Giglio side by side for second. Now Blake Giglio down to the inside of the 35 machine. Trying to use that apron to get around. 35 holding strong on that outside. Oh, the 16, a little bit of contact. 37 pulls a crossover. Down into turn 3. Benke holding on to that lead. Cliff really dives it down in turn 1. I mean, he uses all of that apron. Gets as low as he possibly can. Cliff, one of those short track guys, he really knows what he's doing when it comes to these, so. If you see him doing that, you best bet you better get down there too. Oh, Cliff's super loose. Oh man, he's gonna be hard to the outside wall. No caution. Interesting. Okay, we'll get a quick replay of that. But you can see the turn one, he dives it in there again. He has to check up really hard. That allows the 16 to get to his bumper, and just a slight tap that sends him up into the wall. And not too happy about that, I'm guessing. But not too far behind the field. Street stocks are pretty resilient, so I'm sure his car is pretty good still. Oh, side by side for the lead right here. Blake Giglio down to the bottom. Blake trying his best to get around that 35. He's trying to go all over the track. Now under fire from the 71 of Andrew Beach. Oh, Blake Giglio with a tag. Quinn Newton, Blake Giglio, they're around. That's the caution. Oh, Quinn Newton hard into the inside wall. Blake spins to the outside. Issues for, I think, teammates. 16 and the 88. We'll take a look back at what happened on that one. I think I have a pretty good idea already, but we'll take another look. You can see the 88 really late brakes. You can see his front brakes light up red right there. He was really on him. I think he just broke a little later than he should have and gotten into the 16. Pretty innocent spin for both of them, but Quinn also gets tagged by a few cars behind him and pretty hard contact into the inside. Like they both stay out though. They are street stocks after all. I'm sure the car's fine. That's going to give Cliff Mullins an opportunity to catch back up to the field, maybe take tires. Surprised nobody else went down for tires here. It is lap 24 already, quarter of the way through this thing.
Oh. Hey man, they may be tasty and all, but they know where they need to be.
Getting ready to go back green right here. Pace car pulling off. Green flag. Matt Benke is still holding on to that lead. I think he's led every lap so far. Andrew Beach just behind him. Andrew up 2 spots from where he started. Got Elston right there behind the 71 as well. Blake Giglio involved in the last caution, already back up to 4th place. Cliff Mullins right behind him in 5th. Cliff has those new tires. He's going to be trying to get up to the field as fast as possible. With the 85 off the groove a little bit. Back through the field. 45 holding on to 7th place right there. Quinn Newton involved in that last wreck. He's sitting in 8th. Last car out on track right now, the 6th car of Morin. Andrew Beach getting to that rear bumper of the 35 car. Right on board with Andrew, see what he's seeing, trying to make his way around the leader. Looks really loose entering the corner. So does Andrew. He might be side by side with Blake Giglio, just about. I don't know if Cliff Mullins had an issue, but he is coming to top. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Quinn Newton involved. He's going to tow it. Lauren involved as well. See what happened to Quinn Newton here. Quinn, I think his car was a little banged up. Enters turn 1, rear end steps out on him, and I think he just gave up. His car is really hurt, and not much left for him there. Back up to the lead. 35 still out front, lap 37. 64 laps to go. Side by side for the lead. Blake Giglio out to the outside of the 71. Each tried to make the move on the leader there, and that cost him. Allowed the 16 to get to the outside. It looks like it's really... Oh! Blake super loose off the corner. Allows the 71 to get back by him. And last week, we were calling Blake the fog machine because of how loose he was getting in the corners. It seems like he might have burnt that rear tire off again, that right rear. Andrew has been right behind the 35 this whole run. He just can't seem to get it done. Caution. Looks like Scott Elston involved. Another case of getting loose off. Another case of getting loose off turn 4. Another innocent spin. No damage to that 85 machine.
I got hairy a few times, but that was fun. Like, if I heard you hit the wall, if I did that, I apologize, man.
43 laps in, 58 laps to go. I think we'll see these guys come down pit road this time. Oh, Andrew Beach, Blake Giglio, Cliff Mullins, Nathan Lafayette, Adam Crozier, Scott Elston, all taking it down pit road. Looks like Matt Benke, the one lone guy, not taking it down. Don't think that's what he wanted. I don't think he knew these guys were all going to take it down pit road. That's going to leave him as a sitting duck. Very unfortunate.
First one off pit road gets the lead.
Sounds like over the radio, Benke going to try to take it back down pit road this time. So if he's able to take 4 tires, he might be able to retain some positions, but Langley seems like one of those tracks where track position is way more important than any sort of tire fall off. So that'll cycle Benke back to, looks like, 6th position. 7th as Blake Giglio goes by. Very unfortunate, just maybe didn't realize he had to pit. I've been there, definitely done that. If anybody remembers the, I think season 1 of the Sidewinder Truck Series, I was just talking with some teammates and completely forgot to pit. And that's so easy to do when you get wrapped up and having the lead and everything, and you look behind you and nobody's there, and you're like, oh no, they all went down pit road, and unfortunately he had to go to the back. It's not the end of the world. Still on the lead lap, obviously. He's got brand new tires, clean car. He's gonna have to work his way through the field again. Seemed pretty fast all night. Shouldn't be too big of a task, but we're about to go back green here. Andrew Beach leading for the first time tonight. Turn 1. Andrew holding on to that lead really well. Him and the 37 Cliff Mullins pulling away. Oh, Cliff had to catch the car there on the backstretch. This track is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's got no banking. It's like these guys are just driving around a parking lot. Andrew's still holding on to that lead. Cliff Mullins just behind him. Matt Benke, guy we talked about, he had to cycle back to the back. I think he started on that restart in 7th. He's already up to 3rd place. He's moving really well. But he has... Oh, he gets turned... As I say it, Broadcaster's Curse 101. He gets turned by the 16. And he's going to have to do it all over again. Very unfortunate for the 35 machine. Oh man. He's working his way back up through the field. And, well, we'll take a look back at what happened. And they are going through 3 and 4. Coming off of turn 4, the 16 gets to his inside. The 35, I think, just cuts it down a little soon. And he off the nose of the 16 he goes. Can't really put that on the 16. I think he was there. I think 35 just trying to clear down, run his line, and they both came and made contact, but...
Lucky dog.
Lucky dog going high.
Yeah, that 16 is a weapon tonight.
Wait, you're good. That was
Absolutely. Let's bring in that 16 for an interview. See what he's got to say about that incident. Hey Blake, it's Lucas. Got me?
Hello.
Well, you made some contact there. What happened?
I've hit everything besides the base car.
Yeah, you got people in chat saying you're a weapon tonight. Would you agree?
Oh, who's that? Was that Daniel or Quinn?
I'm not gonna say who. That's confidential, but either way, I think they're right. So I think you should watch yourself tonight.
Listen. That one was not my fault. I was committed. My nose is there. And, you know, the one with Cliff, barely touched him. Got him a little bit.
Do you think Cliff sees it
trying
that
to
way?
repopulate the world.
No, I'm sure I'm about to get totaled here in a second. But
All right, well.
hold on, I'm not done. So Quinn destroyed me. After I destroyed him, he raced. So it might look bad, but there's meaning to everything that's going on out here.
All right, well, I think we're gonna be calling you the fog machine here soon again.
Hey, Blake.
Oh,
Who was that?
I think we had a streaker. Okay, anyway, I think we're going 1 to green here. So good luck and don't die.
I'll try not to drag no more.
Oh. Guess he's in a chat by himself now. Unfortunate for him. We're getting ready to go back green. Andrew Beach still in that lead. And he'll keep it into turn 1. Cliff Mullins files into second. Blake Giglio in third. Now, we were talking with Blake about his little feud with the 37. He's already made contact with him tonight. I don't think we're going to see him rough up Cliff too much. He'll just ride in third for now and see what happens with those two. Got a battle for 6th place right now. Scott Elston on the bumper of the 45 with Adam Cronin. Up in front of Matt Benke, who got spun on that last caution. Looks like he's battling a tight, opposite of tight. He's battling a loose race car right now with that spin. Rear tires are probably on fire. And he's going to try to make his way through the field once again. He's in 5th right now. Makes his way up into 4th. And he's got his sights set on Blake Giglio. Blake doesn't have many friends out here tonight. I know the 37 probably isn't viewing him in a very good light. 35. Don't know how he sees that last incident. So Blake kind of in a bad situation here. If things happen the way I think they will. But right now, got some pretty good racing going on. The 71. Trying to hold off the 37 at Cliff Mullins for that lead. Andrew Beach leading a lot of this race now. 37 laps to go. Very loose off the corner. Strawberry cheese. There it is. Two-thirds of the way through this race. Andrew running about a lane up from where Cliff is. I know Cliff's one of those guys, he likes to put those left sides down on the apron. It's like Blake kind of looking to the inside right there. And they're side by side for the lead. Cliff really using that apron to his advantage. He got a really good run through 1 and 2. Heads it down to the bottom, puts the lefts on the paint. And he's able to clear for the lead. Cliff Mullins leads for the first time tonight. Now they're side by side for second. I don't think Andrew was ready for that. I mean, it's been so hard to pass all night, and Cliff's able to get it done in a lap. Very impressive from Cliff. I don't think Andrew did anything wrong there. I think it was just a very good move from the 37. Andrew's not out of it yet, but Blake moves up in a second, and now he'll put his nose to the inside of the 37. too much of a change here up for the lead. Cliff still trying to hold off that 16 machine. Dives it down on the apron. That's really smart from Cliff right there. I mean, it's the way he was able to get that pass done. He drove it down on the apron, was able to get the inside of the 81 and take that bottom lane away. But Blake able to cross him over. I think Cliff using a bit too much of the apron that time. Now Blake gonna try to use the apron to his advantage. He'll get it done. Really good run down the backstretch. He'll slide him into turn 3. Cliff gonna try the crossover, not able to get it done. Blake Giglio to the lead now. So a lot of lead changing here in the last 10 laps. I said it was hard to pass earlier, but I think you just got to kind of figure it out and understand how to pass at this track, and we've seen a bunch of passes here now. Cliff really loose on the bottom. It actually told me he was entering pit road on my ticker there because of how low he got. So Cliff Mullins about a second behind Blake Giglio now. Blake maybe pushing those tires a little harder at this point. 24 laps to go though, still about a quarter of the race left. You have to wonder if he's pushing it a little too soon. We saw last week at Hickory.
Thank you.
It was really tough to keep the tires under you. But I think at a flat track like this, it's going to be a lot easier to manage those rear end. Those rear tires. Now Blake now out to a 2.5 lead. Cliff still using the apron to his advantage. Oh, Cliff super loose off turn 2. He gets up into the outside wall in the backstretch. Like it doesn't slow him up too much though.
Nate, spin up.
Trenton says in chat, there may have been contact between the 71 and the 35. We'll take a look at that. Oh yeah, looks like 35 gets in the 71's bumper, spins down to the inside. He's able to keep it straight though. He keeps 4th. Thank you, Trenton. Oh, most of these guys spread out through the field. Blake now with a 2-second lead. Best battle on track looks to be the 37 and the 71 right now. Like 6 car gonna go a lap down right there. Sorry, 2 laps down that time. At least 7 cars on lead lap. Cliff might be slightly pulling a gap here from the 71. Oh, and as I say that, rear end steps way out on him into turn 1. And that's just slowing the both of them up. The 16's pulling away and the caution is out. Lauren in the 6 car is involved. Take a look at what happened there. Brianna Lauren, GoDaddy 6 machine, very tight into the corner. Wheels turned almost 100 degrees to the left. And gonna park it on the bottom. Try to get the pit road, I think just missed it. Go on board, we'll just see how far. I'm not able to see it. Unfortunately, I think the right front steering, I think it was disconnected. I mean, it looks like that right front's really leaning to the side. Interesting wreck there, but that's going to bring out our 5th caution of the night. Nathan Lafayette stays out for now. Cliff Mullins able to get the lead. Oh, it looks like Blake Giglio takes 4 tires on his first stop. I think Cliff Mullins going to try the 2-tire strategy. Yeah, 2 tires for the 37, 71, 35, all taking 2. Blake Giglio, the lone guy, taking 4. That's surprising. I mean, we've seen how much tires matter in these cars. But there's only 12 laps to go. It's going to be tough for Blake to get through all those cars in front of him. Green this time. We go green with 9 laps to go in this race. Nathan Lafayette on no tire stop. He stayed out. Cliff Mullins on 2. Rest of the field, other than the 16, all on 2 tires. See what happens here. There's green flag. Nathan Lafayette holds the lead into turn 1. And a caution is out. Like Adam Crozier involved, Matt Benke involved. Get a replay. Looking at the 35 into turn 1. Once again, I think he just couldn't see the 45 in his blind spot. He's been running a little bit off the wall in the front stretch all night, and he just didn't realize there was a car there. But either way, those 2 make contact. 35 going to go to the back. Looks like 45 able to keep his position. Oh, unfortunate there for him. 35 going to come down, probably take 4 tires now that he's in the back anyway.
Lucky dog on the outside.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't take the lefts here. I think he's going to go a lap down, unfortunately. Yep. You see the 35 still on pit road. Field goes by. He goes a lap down. Tried to take the 4 tires. Now he's going to need the caution to get that lucky dog. Hearing that the leader might have had some contact after the caution came out. We'll take a look back at that too. Yeah, looks like while all of that was going on in the back, the 00 gets a bumper hook from the 37, and he gets spun down to the bottom. Never really lost speed. Surprised he didn't give his position back. So with that contact, 37 takes over the race lead. 71 and is outside. We want to green this time. Like Giglio still on those 4 brand new tires, but he has run out of time. Gonna need something else to happen to be able to get through this field. Green flag back out. 3 laps to go at Langley. Oh, double zero around. Once again, he gets spun. Not a good string of laps for Nathan Lafayette. A replay of that. Double zero down into turn 1, the 16. Who was outside, and another bumper hook in turn 2. That's gotta hurt.
Can we give the lucky dog to Matt?
That sounds like 35 might have gotten
Never
contact
mind.
in that incident. But he's not gonna be able to get that lucky dog. Very unfortunate. That was his caution he needed, but he must have got slight car contact with somebody trying to avoid the wreck. Seven cautions tonight, accounting for 30 laps of the 100 lap race. We're now into overtime. Green white checker number 1. So this works out how I think it will. We're gonna go green on lap 104. It'll work out to be a 106 lap race if we don't get another caution. There's pace truck, I should say. Lights are out. For 3 and 4, getting ready to go green for maybe the last time. Tonight here at Langley. There's Cliff Mullins, leads into the green. Down and through 1 and 2. Clean so far. Good lead over the 71. Like Blake Elio sending it on the bottom for 3rd place. White flag, this race is official. Cliff Mullins out to a steady lead, about a half a second down the backstretch they go. Looks like he's got it in the bag as long as he gets through 3 and 4 clean. Cliff Mullins takes the win at Langley Speedway. Blake Giglio with a Ross Chastain mover on the outside wall. He'll net 4th in that. Andrew Beach gets 2nd. Scott Elston with a top 3 podium. Cliff Mullins, I think his first win of the season here in the street stocks.
I never expected to see the undercut like that. That was close.
Cliff gonna park in victory lane. The rest of his team burns it down. We'll get our third place finisher, Scott Elston, in for an interview. Hey Scott, it's Lucas. Got me?
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Oh, it's great. It's witnessed an awesome finish there. You got yourself a third place. How was that race for you?
Wasn't bad. I haven't raced this race in quite a while. I don't exactly know the last time I raced it, but I do not know this track. I just kind of it's one of those races where I just end up for the points, and wherever I finished, I finished.
I see. Yeah, it's it looked like an interesting track. It doesn't look like much banking. I called it a Walmart parking lot earlier because of kind of how it looked for you guys driving out there. What was it like? It looked really loose in the corner, but I don't know. How was that? How was the car for you?
It was really loose. I don't even know what to compare it to. It was just that unpredictable, predictably loose. If that makes sense.
That does kind of.
I know what I'm trying to say. Trust me, I'm just too tired to say it right.
All right. Well, you had a good night. Finished third. You got any other sponsors or shout outs for us?
Oh, Traxxas, HPI, Castle. I'm trying to remember them all because I'm a bad driver. Small Addictions. Race 22. Spit and Venom. SRL for putting on. Youth Broadcasting. My wife for letting me do this. I'm sure I drive her nuts with, I gotta go practice. And I think that's it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.
Get Andrew Beach, second place finisher tonight. Hey Andrew, it's Lucas. Got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. It was an awesome race there. You got second place behind Cliff, your teammate in C2X. So good night for you guys. How was that race for you?
Man, that was a lot of fun. I got in because we had just finished CTC over there on the Cup side of things. I got in and I was able to run 6 laps of practice. Wrecked on both of my qualifying laps, and the only real quality laps I turned were in the heat. So I'm definitely over the moon about finishing where I did with that race right there, coming home second. I felt like I had a little bit for Cliff, just didn't have the time with all the cautions coming out there at the end. But overall, it was a really good race. I think we had a 1, 2, 3 for the team, or at least who was in the chat anyway. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, you led a lot of laps. You seemed like you had a lot of speed. Just Cliff kind of unbeatable at these short tracks. He always seems to come out at the end and show everybody up. But yeah, like you said, good 1, 2, 3 for you guys, and it was a good night for you as well. But you got any other words or shout outs?
Yeah, I want to shout out Side Pipes. If you were in the Catawba County area in North Carolina, that is at my uncle's automotive shop, custom exhaust and other automotive repairs. BCP, Back Channel Productions. Check them out on YouTube. Tree and Technology. If you are in the Alabama area and you are looking for security, check out treeandusa.com. Race 22, Spit and Venom podcast. Sanford and Son, I believe. I can't remember. There's a new logo that we've just added onto the team shout outs. So anybody else that I'm forgetting, BCR, Low Time Motors especially. Man, they were fast tonight. Unbeatable, one might even say. We won a championship and a race and won this race as well. So good night for Low Time.
Yeah, I might have
Thank
to
you
pick
guys
me
as
up.
well for broadcasting.
Oh yeah, no problem. It's always a good time. I might have to pick me up one of those low time motors for next week.
As long as you don't reverse engineer it, you can have it. We're making you sign a contract.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was Andrew Beach. We'll bring in our winner tonight, Cliff Mullins. Hey, Cliff. It's Lucas. Got me?
Yep.
Well, you had an up and down night, but you're able to come out with that win here. How's it feel, and what'd you have to do to get it done?
Oh man, yeah, it's more of a down to up night, honestly. After the last race I ran, no, it was. I knew we were gonna be pretty fast here. Knew that Blake was gonna be trouble. Two tires was the way to go, honestly. I think they tried to take four right there at the end, and it just wasn't gonna work out. It really wasn't wearing the left sides out any. I got super loose early in the race after he got up into me and put me in the wall. As I was trying to, I worked my way back up there and then just clipping the apron too much. I was burning the right rear way too much and it was super loose. So when that caution come out and I was able to get tires back on, it actually helped me out a lot. But other than that, I mean, it was just trying to stay up front as much as I could. And Penguin tried to do the whole stay out on old tires thing, and it probably would have worked. But somehow, I don't know exactly how it was that I ended up turning him. We were sitting there thinking that Andrew did it, and because I was on his right side, and it was just like going back and looking at it, it's like, well, I kind of barely got into the right corner of him, and it spun into the left. I was like, it was the weirdest wreck I've ever seen. So other than that, I mean, it was just typical Langley run on the bottom as much as you could.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by how this track raced. It seemed hard to pass at the start, but then you guys were really building up fronts, and it was crazy how you could just use that apron to build up a huge run and get past somebody on the backstretch. It was very interesting to watch. And
with early in the race, 35 had a very good defensive line. He was kind of coming off the corners, but he was staying about halfway down on the straightaways, and it was kind of taking it away. I could have probably sent it in there on him a couple of times and moved him, but I wasn't trying to do that, lap 5, lap 7 or whatever. I was just kind of sitting there riding with him, just seeing what he was going to be doing. I could see he was running that line, and I was like, okay, so I can kind of see what he's doing there. And then I got too much of the apron there a little bit, and it was kind of stalling me out in the center, and that's what allowed Blake to get around me. He was able to just kind of get it to rotate better, and he was getting better drive off the corner. And I kind of noticed that, and I was like, okay, so I got to kind of lay off of getting too far down on the apron. I mean, I was in the grass there a couple times, but yeah, I mean it's a flat track, man, and the apron and the banking of the corners pretty similar and pretty close. It's just enough to kind of de-wedge the car just a little bit, help it to rotate. That's kind of what we were trying to do, and I think it's ended up what got Nathan turned around was he had right on the yellow line, and it kind of de-wedged a little bit, and then as soon as I hit the corner of him, he just took off. But yeah, I mean, it was to me it was a typical Langley race. It's got a really weird line as far as throttle and brake inputs, but it went a lot clearer than I thought it would.
Yeah, with the way you had to drive it, you kind of had to be super aggressive on entry. It was, like you said, it was surprising there wasn't more wrecks, but I got one more question for you. You got anything to say to Blake after that incident?
Well, I mean, he's been telling me for a whole week that he was going to get me back after Hickory because I got into him, and so I knew that he would try to use me up a little bit, and and then everybody thinks that I wrecked his teammate on purpose in the CTC race, but I was trying to crowd him. I wasn't trying to wreck him. So I mean, if I was trying to wreck him, he would have been wrecked like bad. But I got called a piece of shit for that too. So I'm sure everybody probably hates me now, but oh well. Is what it is.
You out here winning races, so can't hate you too much.
Hey, I've got 2 wins in a season now, so that's more than I have had in my entire career.
Oh, you did win.
I only
the,
had 2 wins. Now I have 4.
Won the opener, right?
I won the Daytona opener.
Oh, right. Yeah, in the Fort Worth Cup Series, absolutely. So, yeah, you've had a good string of luck here, and got to get you that modified win now.
I've got to do something to keep Blake from winning those. I'm really tired of seeing him win every race and lap the field.
Tell me about it.
I was in a really bad mood that day. It was real bad. I was like, well, ran like crap at Kansas, then turned around, ran like crap at Nashville in the tour mods. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just give this up and go play Fortnite or something.
Now you're sounding like Blake.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. Well, congrats on the win. You got any other words or shout outs?
Yeah, got a shout out to Chance 2 Extreme Motorsports, all the guys. We were up there in the thick of it. I really hated getting into Nathan and kind of ruining a good finish for him, but he pretty much said, he was like, I kind of expected it because he was like, I was on way older tires. Race22.com, obviously. Spit and Venom podcast, Low Drag Esports. I'm forgetting somebody. You for broadcasting, obviously. No Mike today, so yeah.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, probably wouldn't be. It happens.
Yeah. Oh well, it was better without him. What? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. We all knew it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Cliff. I appreciate you joining, and see you next week.
All right, buddy.
We'll do it for the interviews tonight. Cliff getting it done. And on that last green white checkered, it wasn't too big of a gap, but 6/10 in 2 laps, still pretty big. Getting it done pretty handily. But still an awesome race. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks to all the sponsors who put this race on. Thanks to you all for watching, and we'll see you Tuesday for the SRL Modified Series, and next week for another week of the Street Stocks. But for now, that's going to do it for me. I'm Lucas Hoitzma. We'll see you next week.